go back to John the 9th chapter. Especially we are talking about the miracles in the Gospel of John, and the purpose of this series is John 20 verse 31 says, I am writing these 7 miracles. So when you study, you come to the conclusion that you will know Jesus is the Son of God, Messiah, Savior, and the Lord. That's the bottom line. So for those of you who have not been here, we have talked 5 miracles. This will be miracle number 6. We talk about water. Jesus turned into wine. And we came to conclusion that Jesus has power over shame. Shame is opposite of glory. God can change your shame. Second one, we talk about nobleman's son, how Jesus healed him. And we learn that doesn't matter how far or near, distance, Jesus can control the situation regardless of the distance. Third miracle we learn when he healed the paralyzed man. 38 years. And we came to the conclusion, Jesus has power over disease, sickness, doesn't matter how long they've been hanging around. Then we read how he fed 5,000 men. Altogether maybe about 20. We came to the conclusion, Jesus has power over any lack in your life. Next miracle we studied was number 5. Jesus walking on the water. And we learn from that which you are scared of is under his feet. Jesus has power over natural forces. Because the people say, disciples say, what manner of man is this? Even the wind and the waves and the storms obey him. Any kind of storm in your life, all we have to say, peace, be still, and it will be so. 7th miracle that we are studying, or 6th, Jesus opening blind man's eyes who was born blind. And the situation, the whole chapter is surrounded who sinned. Whether the young man did or the parents did. And we came to the conclusion, it is not the issue of sin, it is the power of God to demonstrate his glory. Amen? So let us read. And I will pick it up where we left. And as Jesus passed by the way, I'm in John the 9th chapter, reading from King James. And as Jesus passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth. Disciples saw the man, but they didn't see him. Oh, you didn't hear that. How many times you pass somewhere and you don't see it? You need to see it through the eyes of God. Mercy, compassion. Because sometimes when you are wrapped up in your own, you pass by people. May God help us that we will see by the eyes of God. And his disciple asked him. See, they didn't see it, but now they want to ask. Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? And you have to go back and listen to the message which I had preached before. And Jesus answered, neither had this man sinned, nor his parents, but that the works of God should be made manifest in him. I must work the works of him that sent me. While it is day, the night cometh when no man can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. Now that is the main subject of chapter 8, chapter 9. He is the light of the world. When he had thus spoken, he spat on the ground and made clay of the spittle, and he anointed the eyes of the blind man with clay. And he said to him, go wash in the pool of Siloam. Interesting thing. He didn't say, when you do this, your eyes will be open. Did you hear me? You just got to obey. And another thing, like in Luke, I believe 17, when the 10 lepers, Bible says, as they went, they were healed. This man, as he went, he's still blind. Which is by interpretation sent. He went his ways, talking about the blind man, whereof, and washed, and came seeing. That's where we had left you off. So he came back seeing. Now, let us see the drama. So the boy is awesome. Now, let me see. If you was blind all your life, and you see, would you be tippy-toeing? You will act like a fool. Jumping and hollering in your neighborhood. Hey, look at here, look at here. Look here what happens. The neighbors, therefore, and they which beforehand had seen him there, he was blind, say, is not this he that sat and begged? So he comes back in the neighborhood. And you know, everybody in the neighborhood knows it. Hello? They know. They know what you do, what you don't. Hello? It's good to have a nosy neighbor. Sometimes they'll be blessing. They will ask somebody here, got no business there. What y'all doing in here? So these neighbors, isn't that something? They're not talking to him. Have you ever been the center of conversation about you and you in there? He's right there. And talking. He said, wow. He said, sure, that's him. But I know that's him because he always sit there and beg. See, they know what you see and what you do. Never give me any. Never gave him nothing. But they sure knew. Some say, this is he. Others say, he's like him. Now this guy start talking. Now you have to watch him talk. He is smoother than a can of 10W40. He is slick. Oh, for those of you who don't know, don't worry about it. He is smooth. So he said, what y'all talking about? That's me. So now they're talking to him. First they were talking about him. Now he told them that's me. So now inquiring mind wants to know. All right. Therefore they said, now watch the players in this game. We already have Jesus. We already got disciples. We got the blind man. We got the neighbors. All right now. Therefore they said unto him, how were thine eyes open? Meaning they do not deny that's the same boy. Only difference is now he can see. He said, since you say that's you, we want to know. How were thine eyes open? And he answered and said, a man that is called Jesus. Wait a minute, how did he know? Maybe the guy is going this way. And somebody said, where are you going? Man, I don't know. I'm going to pull up Salome. Who sent you? I don't know. You don't know who sent you? Did you hear me? And that's Jesus. Did you hear me? Faith comes. Right? You mean to tell me Jesus? Yeah. He told you to go? Well, go on. See how to witness? Go on, because I know about Jesus. That's the one who healed the blind. That's the one who cleansed the leper. That's the one who raised the dead, boy. You're on the right track. Stay at it. That's how you encourage people. He doesn't know who Jesus is, but they told him that was Jesus. The man that is called Jesus made clay, anointed my eyes, and said unto me, go to the pool of Siloam and wash. See again, he doesn't say, and I will be healed. My eyes will be open. God doesn't have to tell you the whole story. He wants you to know the whole. Yeah, some of you want to so smooth. You don't want to read the book. You want to read mystery. It don't work with God. He got to write it out. One step at a time. So he said, go to the pool of Siloam and wash. I went. I washed. Now you go, the result. And received sight. Isn't that interesting? Remember I told you last time? Mark 10th, blind Bartimaeus was screaming. And Jesus, bring him to me. What you want? I want to see. Well, go see. But in this one, meaning, you know, sometimes it bothers me when people testify. If he had done for me, he will do it for you. No, he won't. This one had faith. He ain't got no faith. This one was obedient. It sounds nice, religious. Oh, God done this for me. He will do it. He is not a respecter of person. He is not, but he is respect when it comes to faith. So don't sit here. Don't tithe. Don't give nothing. El Shaddai. He be El Shaddai, but you be El Cheapo. So please, don't play these kind of games. because somebody's done something and all that. Oh, you did for and say you're saying it because you're jealous. You envious. Oh, she's 50 and her house got paid. Ooh. No. No. Like I say, this blind man, huh? He had to find a way to go out of town. And like I said, if he would have asked me, if the pool was on the east side, I would send him to west side. Because people are the same. But he got through all the obstacles to go to do what? To obey God. Huh? Make up your mind. Say, I will obey God in 2019. No compromise. Every prophecy I prophesy over this year based on this, no compromise. No bitterness, no envy, no jealousy, and the mother of all, no unforgiveness. Mm-mm. 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 Charles Spurgeon used to say, go to the cross and get your forgiveness and then hang around for a while so you will have enough to pass it out. Anytime you don't want to forgive, look at you. You wasn't all that and you still ain't that. And still God loves you. God forgives you. Who are we to hold grudges, bitterness, envy, and then come in the house? If he had done for others, he done for, well, others forgave. Oh, never mind. Oh, by the way, we missed you last Sunday. We missed you last Sunday. Who, Jesus? I told that pastor, boy, I'd rather fly from California 17 hours in a plane to Australia non-stop than drive in this stupid snow for 3 hours. Don't call me in the winter time. So he told in the front of the church, we're not going to call him in winter time. Jesus. And he himself don't like to drive on the snow. The wife told me. Please, 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 don't hold nobody hostage. Forgive. Let it go. 2019, let it go. You don't even know it is killing you. Slowly, but surely. So coming back to the neighborhood. Okay, so they heard. Oh, where is he now? I don't know. First of all, I didn't even know who he was. So how do I know where he? Did you hear me? It would have been awesome if Bible would have said, if John would have wrote, and the whole neighborhood shouted. Huh? What is it? In Acts the 8th chapter, and Bible say the Philip went down to Samaria, preached Christ to them, signs wonder Bibles, and there was a great joy in the city. It would have been awesome. But let me tell you, the undercurrent is this. Everybody ain't going to rejoice with you and your miracle. So sometimes it's not good to cast your pearl before the pigs. Oh, did I say pig? Before the swines. Because you're so excited. You want to tell everybody. But everybody ain't going to get excited with you. Everybody ain't getting excited with you. You think everybody loves you. Why you're laughing? It's easy words. I love you. What does it mean? What does it mean? I love you. Oh, by the way, just on that subject, I'm preparing for March. And this won't cost you because you won't be there in the ministers' conference. So let me give you something what is coming. Do you understand? At upper room, they were all men, 13, not a woman. And he told them, love one another. Let me ask you a question, all the men. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time a man walked up to you and said, Brother Alpha, I love you? Don't lift your hand. Don't lift your hand. We tell the ladies, we love you, we love you. Huh? But when was the man's man walk to you? Talk to me. Be real with me. When was the last time a man walked to you and say, I love you? So Jesus said, you want to be my disciple? Huh? Don't tell her you love her. Tell him. So when men start loving each other with the love of God, they know. That won't cost you nothing. That's coming. Coming attraction in March. Can I come? No, you can't. Because you're not driving, you don't need a driver's license. Some of you illegally driving. We ain't going to give an altar call. No, it is for the minister. Well, Pastor, you say we all minister. Well, not in this case. When is he? I don't know. Why are you asking me too many questions? See, people don't want to change. They be asking a lot of questions. Why you all keep on going to the same church? Are you all still going to that church? No, because you changed 5 churches. Okay, let's just analyze it. Who asked you that question? The one who went 5 different churches? Or the one who ain't going nowhere? What did I say? You got to get up too early to meet. Look at the questions they're asking. There's nobody shouting. There's nobody rejoicing. Well, let's just go find him. If you don't know where, he always there in a synagogue. He's always out there healing. Hey, let's just go. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Now, verse 13. Now you know why they ain't saying nothing. And they brought to the, neighborhood. Why you are bringing him to the Pharisees? Because that's the same neighborhood Jesus told the Pharisees off in chapter 8. You ain't no children of Abraham. Your father is the devil. Ooh, they're mad. Okay, can I bisect this? People will go to someone. People will go to someone who don't like you, to talk about you, to get their passage, to get. Those who leave the church, guess who they call? The one who left. Oh, where are you all going? Oh, we're going there. Oh, we joined there. It was not led by God, it was led by the devil himself. What you all going to do? I'll be 69 this Saturday. Did you? Don't misunderstand. See, John ain't playing. He gave you this deal in chapter 5. What did I say? Line upon line, precept upon precept. Huh? He already told you in chapter 5. The man who was lame for 38 years, instead of praising Jesus, He went to the Pharisee. Oh, that was Jesus. I know. Huh? Dude, why are you going to play that? Why are you going to eat Jesus' food and betray him? Listen to me. In 2019, be careful who hangs around you and who you hang around. There is not all for you. Did you hear me? I know I'm talking to little kids, but hey, do you hear me? Here you rip your heart, pour your heart, and told them, and before you know, it's on a Facebook. Huh? You know why people are addicted to Facebook? You want to get back there? Huh? Why they addicted to? Because they ain't got their own business. Because if you got your own business, you ain't got time for the fools. And you like cesspool. Oh, Lord Jesus. I'm going to go home, y'all. Do you hear me? And when the things are down, you're going to call me. What the church going to do? At least not what you did to me. They talked to him. They grew up together in a neighborhood. Nobody's rejoicing. Man, you know why? He did it on Sabbath, and I know. I'm trying to train you, folks. Do I trust everybody? Huh. I just swallowed something. But you're so naive. Didn't your mama tell you? Since you didn't hear your mama, I hear your daddy. Please don't. Everybody's not for you. And the one who is for you, you can't stand them.
That's the way it goes. Yes.
I've been going to prison ministry for 20 years. What is the bottom line? Man, I need to call my mom. For what? I miss my mama. I miss my wife. Miss my kids. No, you didn't when you was out there.
Tell the truth.
Doing your own thing. And now, cheap sat down. When there's nothing important than my family. No. You, because you need them now. Be careful. Discern. And they brought to the Pharisee him that aforetime was blind. And it was Sabbath day. When Jesus made the clay, open his eyes, like I told you last time. Among the Jews, you can spit it on asphalt or on a rock, but you can't spit it on the ground because ground will suck it up. It works. Especially when you, it works. Now, here enters one more group. Verse 14, and it was the Sabbath day when Jesus made the clay and opened his eyes. 15. Then again, the Pharisee also asked him how he had received his sight. Remember the neighbors. and all them around there. They ask. So now the Pharisee is asking this guy how he had received his sight. And he said to them, he put clay upon my eyes, and I was and do see. He told them. Just read it. How many times he repeating the same story? 16. Therefore said some of the Pharisees. You know what? The haters ain't together all the time. Because they have no clue why they're shouting. You don't believe me? Go read in Acts the 16th chapter when there was a big riot, and Bible said, and there was a whole lot of crowd, and somebody shouting here, somebody shout. They had no clue, but they just shout. Why am I shouting? Because you're shouting. That's what happens to these rallies. I'm going to leave that one alone. But do you follow what I'm saying? Don't be a part of the crowd. Just because someone says something, just because the crowd says something, you stand on your principle. You know what? No compromise. Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, everybody was saying. He said, we don't have to say what you say. Daniel, 120. 2019, be yourself. If the crowd is against you, smile. You against the crowd, hey. See, but you just want to part of, ooh. I hated with the, I was never a crowd man. Never. I do my own thing. Because I know if I get jacked, that was me. But I ain't going to get jacked because of your ignorant self and following you. Get in your car and I don't know what you got in it. I hope the young people are listening to me. Be careful who gives you right. Be careful where you send your kids to spend a night. Say one thing. You can go visit, come back, stay in your own bed. I know y'all, some of you don't like it, but hey. Thank you. See, because you all don't know. But they're good friends. Right? You don't know their mom and dad. And even if you know, you don't know his brother. You don't know his uncle. You don't know who comes there. So what you trying to say? I'm trying to protect you from fools. Well, but my kids get angry. Oh, they will get over it. As long as they're staying in your house, eat your food, drink your water, breathe your air. But some of you want to please your kids more than, that's why we call them kids. Some of them 40 years, but they still is kids. Remember I told you that we're going to do a family seminar? That's what it is. Prove me wrong. He said unto them, he put clay upon my eyes, and I washed and do see. Verse 16. Therefore said some of them, see, this man is not of God, because he keepeth not the Sabbath day. And others say, wait a minute. How can this man that is a sinner do such miracles? And there was a division among them. You remember John the 3rd chapter? The Pharisee of Pharisees, Nicodemus, came in the night time. And he said, look here, I don't know about you, but I know one thing. Huh? All you be doing this? Blind see, lame walk, deaf hear, dumb speak, lepers are clean. Uh, you can't do that. God must be with you. So there are people. No, he is not, because he broke the Sabbath. And the other one say, wait a minute, we got to get our doctrine together here. House divided against itself cannot stand. So there is a great division. Somebody saying this, somebody saying that. All right, verse 17. They say unto the blind men. See, they ain't get that act together between them. So now they're asking this guy again. They say unto the blind man, what sayest thou of him that had opened thine eyes? He said, he's a prophet. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. So this guy, let me tell you something. He was sitting outside the temple, outside somewhere in the front of synagogue. So I believe they had an outside speaker. He was listening more on outside than people inside. Because he said he's a prophet. Wait a minute. Where did he learn that? Maybe he heard outside the synagogue. Because Isaiah 42 and 7 says, a prophet will come among you and he shall open their eyes. Whoa. Isaiah 42 and 7. Huh? Maybe he remembered. I don't know. Jesus said, for the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. Remember Matthew 4 and Luke 4? To open the blind eyes. And he said, and then he closed the book and sat down, and all eyes was upon him. So maybe this guy say that, look here, I don't know about you all. You say he's a sinner, and you say he can't be a sinner. I don't know what you are talking about it. But you ask me, first of all, they say the man called Jesus. So now I am saying he's a prophet. See, I am the light of the world. Huh? You start step at a time. So, what? Proverbs 4? The path of a righteous get brighter and brighter and brighter. This is what happening here. The people with the eyes, they are blind. No. You have to come back next Sunday when we conclude this. But do you hear? Because Isaiah said, eyes they will have, see they not, ears they have, they hear that not. Huh? So this guy said, wow. He said, I believe he's a prophet. Isn't that interesting? The guy outside knows more about Jesus than the folks in the synagogue. The one who handles the word of God, handles the Torah, handles all the law, they were blind. And the guy went outside. He knew more about the scripture than the folks in the church. He's a prophet. I love this guy. He like to start some stuff. You know, that's my game. See, if they, I'm going to throw a gallon of gas on it. You'll figure it out. Burn yourself, kill yourself. He's a prophet. Here we go, 18. But the Jews did not believe concerning him that he had been blind. See that? How dumb can you get and still be breathing? You see the boy is seeing. You see the neighbor testify. You see other neighbor who testify. He himself. 3 testimonies. But you know what? Are you with me? 2 Corinthians says, 2 Corinthians 10 and 4 says, the God of this world has blinded their mind, they cannot see. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. How are you going to blind the mind and you don't see? They could have said, the God of this world has blinded their mind so they don't think. Come on, folks. Get with the program. But he doesn't say that. He says, God of this world has blinded their mind that they cannot see, because the devil will attack your mind, your thoughts. In 2019, watch your thoughts. Oh, I'm feeling depressed. Put it down and oh, I'm so tired. Put it down. Come on, folks. For 25 years, we've been talking this and all. Shut up. Pray for me. No, I ain't going to pray. God will heal you, and tomorrow you're going to start. Come on, folks. I ain't going to throw bottles at you no more. You is grown. You is 25. Did you hear me? They did not believe. Wow. You see it. And you don't believe. You know why you don't believe? Because you don't see. Fast forward, John 20. Thomas. He's looking at him. How many times Jesus had talked to him? Well, let me ask you a question. If I call you, do you have to pray? Is that you, Pastor Stephen? Well, you already know that's me. Why are you playing? Oh, there you go. That's a good idea. Huh? You're watching TV and you saw my number shows up. You know that's me. And you know how I sound. I'm almost done. You know, one of the young girls who came last Wednesday, she told me, he said, Pastor, every time I walk around drive, I hear you. He said, I hear you. Oh, what you hear me? He said, well, girl, if you cannot come on Sunday, you can come on Mondays or Wednesday. That's why I'm here. Okay, we're going to close. How many of you have done something ignorant, stupid something, doing something, going somewhere, and you heard me? Oh, we ain't going to ask you to lift your hand. Somebody say, between what my mama told me and you, I got no choice. We shall pick it up next Sunday. I don't know about you, but I love what I am doing. I love, so you can read it, follow it. That's what you call Bible exposition, breaking it down in a bite pieces. Amen? Just remain seated. Father, Lord, I thank you for my people. Wonderful people on the face of the earth. I can travel all over the world, but there ain't no place like Covenant Family Church. Father, Lord, I pray that they will receive this word and they will apply it every single day of their life. So, Father, I stand here and I say, may God bless you. May God keep you. May God shine his face upon you. And may God be merciful to you. In Jesus' name.